Hello, beautiful people. I wanted to do a slow, calm, relaxing yoga class with you today. There might be more restorative poses in the end where we tend to hold them for longer than some might be used to, but this is where we're going to challenge ourselves to slow down. Whether you are just needing to unwind, maybe you're going to do this before bed. Others might need it for de-stressing techniques. There might be a lot going on in the world right now and always in our personal lives and outside. But of all the things that are out of our control, there are a few things that are. And if we are lucky enough to have lived to see another day, what we choose to do with our breath, the quality of our breath, and what we choose to do with our thoughts are some of those things that are in our control. Now, stress wreaks havoc on our bodies and our immune systems. And while some stress can be helpful to motivate us to get things done, not to become too comfortable in some situations or in acute situations to save our lives, for example, being chased by a cheetah, but right now, chances are you aren't being chased by a cheetah. And this little tiny kitten in the back, she can't do nothing. So we have some tools at our fingertips that we can use to essentially hijack our nervous systems to our advantage. If you feel like you live with anxiety or are more anxious than usual, if you feel like you are just tense or stressed, you might feel it physically in the muscles or chemically. If you are very stressed and you are bathing in cortisol, that is the stress hormone that kills tons of Americans. And there's a cascade of chemical effects that happen when we live in high stress situations for prolonged periods of time. It's not normal. We're not supposed to live that way. So if you need to shut off your social media, shut off the TV, take a break from screens, even if that means with me, I would encourage you to do what you need to do because you cannot help others if you are not whole yourself. So what we can do today, by using techniques that science and ancient practices like yoga have taught us, we can actually use breathing techniques and movement to our advantage to slow down and to tap into that central nervous system. So instead of the fight or flight response, we're going to go into the rest and digest. So I hope that you have a comfy area. I chose my bedroom. I will see how long I can do this without being interrupted, but that's life. Not everything is a soundproofed studio, right? So we learn to do what we can with what we've got. I have chosen to do my practice without a yoga mat today. We do not need yoga mats all the time. I've got my nice comfy rug here, another rug underneath me. I pulled some pillows off the bed so that if I want to use them for supports, I can. This class is going to be very different than if you have practiced power yoga, traditional hatha, vinyasa, ashtanga, blah, 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 blah. This is going to be the relaxing, do less. Less is more class, okay? So if you are also like me and you like to move fast and work out and do other things, this is where you're going to be that athlete and your challenge is to slow it down, okay? So not everything is so fast and hard and impactful all the time. If you find yourself wandering off, just bring yourself back to the breath, and that's okay. We are normally doing that. Our brains have thoughts from time to time. Instead of pushing it off, notice and then let it go, and then move yourself back to the breath and see what you can get out of whatever pose or movement you are practicing. This mindful exercise is also very good for honing our focus and attention and reducing anxiety, and is a helpful tool with depression or just mental health in general. So, find your reason why you deserve to do less today for a short time. Chances are, if you take care of you, you'll be able to do everything else that's on your list of things to do later better. So mentally check yourself at the door, whatever you will not need in the next hour or so, and decide what your intention is for this class. What is it you need? And tell yourself you're going to get that. So I'm going to sit in a nice, relaxed, comfortable position. Easy pose, lotus, whatever works for you. Some of you might be in a chair or backed up against the wall. Your ears are stacked over your shoulders and shoulders over the hips. I would like for you to take one hand to your chest and the other on your belly. As you continue to breathe, just notice the breath. You don't have to make it a chore. One thing to be grateful for is that our nervous system does this for us automatically. Imagine in our busy lifestyles if we had to remember to breathe too. But because we know that our effort and intention have everything to do with what we get out of this breath, I would like for you to take a big breath in and notice the hand on the belly gently rise. And the chest expand, and you want to exhale it out and it falls back down like a wave. You might even hear yourself breathe, and you're not worried because that means you're alive. That's a very good thing. So take this time to notice what it feels like to breathe in through the nose and out through the nose or the mouth. You might count with it, breathing in for 1, 2, 3, breathing out for 3, 2, 1. Continue on your own cycle. The muscles in your face are relaxed all the way around the jaw and your neck and your shoulders. Still breathing, you notice your chest and belly are nice and light. You allow them to move. Your hips, your glutes, and your legs through your feet are relaxed. Place your hand on your heart and one hand on your belly again. Press into the chest and take a moment to pay attention to what it is you feel here. Noticing your own heartbeat, and not just knowing that you have it, but being grateful that you have it. What if we floated those hands down and just relax them? If you would like to leave them palms up, that would be, you need to be open to suggestion and open-mindedness. Maybe you need some inspiration and motivation. If you need to go inward, you might bring yourself palms down towards the knees or whatever is intuitive for you. There is no right or wrong way, just the best way for you. What if we started to warm up in the neck, just gentle stretches, breathing towards one side, and you notice that belly and chest rise. And on the breath out, bring the belly back towards the spine. That diaphragm right beneath your rib cage has everything to do with your hormones and moods as well. So when somebody tells you, yo, just take a chill pill and breathe, do it. Truly, truly do it. And you're welcome to do this as long as you like. But if you want to join me in restacking that head right above to the center where you began, we're going to say no very slowly, bringing the chin over the shoulders. Are you still sitting nice and tall? Big breath in. And on the breath out, we'll move it towards the other side. Can you notice the gentle stretches through the side of your neck? Maybe through the trap. muscles in the face are still relaxed. You are welcome to do this for as long as you need or feels good to you. We'll bring it back towards center together though. I might tuck the chin in as if I'm aligning my cervical spine through my lower spine up against this wall. So now I'm going to tuck it in towards my chest, and on a big belly breath in, I'm going to fold my ear over towards my shoulder and open up towards the ceiling. Folding it back down. Can you notice the stretch all along the side, the back, and the front of your neck, depending on where you are moving? Take a moment to breathe with this too. What do you feel? Let's start to bring it back towards center. Back towards center. Let's take those hands up towards the head. So fingertips to the scalp and your thumbs somewhere around the jawline. I'm going to use the pressure to rotate circles all through the scalp and the jawline. Breathing with this too. Now you might walk those thumbs up towards the temples. Can you pair the breath with movement here as well? How many rotations do you get when you breathe in? How many do you get when you breathe out? Can you move those circles around your ears, all the way to the back of your head, to the two dips near your occipital lobes? Gentle massage. I might bring the chin down towards the chest if comfortable, and now use those fingers to massage from the base of your beautiful skull, which holds that beautiful brain, all the way down the neck. Your shoulders are relaxed while you do this. Connecting to the traps if comfortable. Let's go ahead and bring those hands back down. And taking head back up towards center. Almost as if there's a string on the top of the head, and the head is just floating right there, nice and relaxed. Even the tongue in your mouth is relaxed. You want the jaws relaxed. Starting to catch ourselves when we feel random tension in areas where it isn't necessary. So let's go ahead and roll through the shoulders, moving downwards, maintaining that sense of calm that you've worked for. Breathing the shoulders forward, up. Exhale, flatten, ride it down the back. Take your time, take your time, take your time. Let all that breath out. Let's do it again when you need it. Up like Fonzie. Hey, exhale all the way back. Breathing in when you're ready. And not being afraid to hear that ocean-sounding breath. Darth Vader breath for some of you, all the way down, all the way down, all the way down. Let's go the other direction. Bring those wings together. Up, and then soften it forward. A few more times. Your eyes might be open or closed, but there is no sense of urgency here. Pay attention to what you're feeling. And this awareness often helps us catch things before they become issues in the body too. Because if we listen to our body whisper, chances are we won't have to hear it scream. It's one of my favorite sayings. It's been repeated probably 1,000,000 times, but it still has the best effect. So I'm rolling through the arms, through my wrists rather, and really flaring the fingers and stretching them away. Maybe you've been typing a lot, or if you've been on your phone a lot, it's good we took care of that neck. And now the fingers and wrists as well. Let's use our built-in stress balls. Fold and wrap those fingers in, but your face is relaxed. Big breath in. Pick up everything that you do not want right now. Exhale. Give yourself some relief. Practice makes progress. Let's try it again. And you'll continue doing that. Shoulders are relaxed, muscles in the face are relaxed. Let's go ahead and breathe those arms up. Reach, 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 reach. Connect the palms and exhale them down, 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 down. Now let the shoulders relax and let it melt. Let's do that twice more. Reach up like you mean it. Fill those lungs with air and exhale, deflate. You might even let the chin come down. Let's do that another time. So no matter how simple it is, allow yourself to get something from it. If it's so simple, we're going to do it really well. Let's go ahead and ride those hands back up. And I'm going to take those fingers towards my forearms and stretch. Are you still sitting tall? Exhale, close it back down. Let's switch on the breath in, other hand. And exhale, close. You might want to get more blood in those legs at this point. Wherever you are seated and however, let's extend a single leg. This can be done on your mat, raised up on a pillow or bolster, or in a chair. Extend the other leg wherever is comfortable. Hips are nice and level. I'm going to turn my shoulder in direction of those toes that are trying to meet it. I'm going to breathe in and reach, 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 and I'm going to lift up before I decide how far over do I want to come. Some of you might stay right up here. You don't have to touch the toes. Not everything is about toes and floor in yoga. I feel really great here. So we're going to stay for a moment, and if you like, you can even use a pillow underneath that arm. Sometimes blocks, but I am in my room right now and I don't have blocks like in a yoga studio, so we're getting creative with our space. Let's go ahead and start to move it back up as if there's a string on the ceiling. Pull yourself back up, use the core and switch legs. I'm going to pull this out. I'm going to switch legs. Now remember that leg is on a diagonal towards the side. It's very different than our forward folds. Enjoy the way up, stretch to the side, and then exhale as you reach down. How's your breathing here? When you are ready, you are welcome to come back up. Guide it, guide it, guide it. Let's go ahead and take that beginning leg out in front of us. So you are welcome to use your blocks or pillow. I'm going to reach, 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 and take that core up and over an imaginary or a real pillow. Some of you might relax right here. Upright is absolutely fine. Some of you might use a pillow. So I'll see how I'm feeling today. Every day is different. Allow the head and neck to relax. You notice even your toes start to relax. The nice thing about using a pillow is you can feel the belly press into it on those in-breaths and breathe out as you take it back. Another breath in. Let's start to walk ourselves back up. Nice and easy does it. And switch towards the other side. Now this is kind of odd for me on this side, so I'm going to put it away. You are welcome to do whatever you need. Now actually, I'll turn towards this side so that you can see. I lift up, up, up as if I climbed a ladder. Hinge at the hips and then rounding into your fold wherever is comfortable. One thing I like to do when I have them is to stack 2 blocks. so that your forehead reaches and you can just relax. So wherever you are, please follow my voice. The muscles around the face are relaxed. And through the back of your head, down your neck and your shoulders. On your next breath out, relax a little bit more. Both sides of the hips and glutes relaxed. Through your leg and your foot, relax on that extended leg. When you are ready to come back up, you'll do that on an in-breath, pressing those palms into the floor, coming back up, and bringing those feet back into your easy pose or a comfortable pose. It doesn't have to be lotus all the time. In fact, some people should not be practicing lotus if it's not necessary. A lot has to go right with the knees and the hips for this to occur. And while my body agrees with this, for our purposes today, I feel like I'm doing less and get more of a passive stretch I can think less about right here in easy pose. In our kid classes, like we call it crisscross applesauce. So I find my easy seated mountain pose here. I'm going to take those hands up overhead on an in-breath, stretching all the way up like you mean it. Make this feel great. And I'm going to interlace the fingers and bring my palms to the back of the head. If it's comfortable to take those wings back, you can. You can also use a belt to create that connection back here. Lifting up in the chest, breathe it up. And exhale over. Using that beautiful, strong core, guide yourself back up. And over. As I bring myself back towards center, I'm going to let go of those fingertips, and we'll bring those arms behind us. They might connect to your blocks, floor or mat, pressing through, chest leading. Big breath in, head back if comfortable. And exhale back down, taking the chin towards the belly. Now this time, extending the legs into staff. Breathing it up. And exhaling, allowing even those fingertips to relax until they connect. So you can take a gentle extension here. You might just arc and leave sit bones on the floor, or you might bring it up a little bit. But remember, this is easy does it. Bring those toes in towards you, and on a breath out, point them away. Allow the hands to relax, shoulders relax, posture nice and tall. Yes, you can do this against a wall if you like. If you've noticed, my feet started doing something on their own. Let's go ahead and round it through the ankles and the hands as well. We're going to do that one more time. You are welcome to grab your blocks or your pillows because we will take it into a forward fold. You are welcome to do it single leg again if that's more comfy. You can adjust throughout. Let's go for it. Big breath in. And first, I'll exhale and connect those hands to the floor. Gentle extension. What's nice with these exercises too, if you get pain in the chest or anxiety or panic-related pain in the chest, sometimes your breathing exercises and stretching through the tissues of the ribs can help. This is by no means to suggest that you should use this as the only regimen of self-care, or to not listen to your healthcare team, but there will be times that doing something on your own and being intuitive with your body will help. Now for me today, my body is saying, I am so comfortable here. We don't always have to fold everything to the floor. Let's see. You can use a pillow if you like, a strap around the feet. Find a place where you can let the head and the neck and your shoulders relax. Starting to walk it back up on a breath in. Let's go ahead and take it back to our easy pose for seated cat-cow. I find my posture first. Take those hands up. And you start to feel even better at this point. But now let's stretch it out a little more through the entire core that wraps around through the back. I might bring those shoulders back and down, chest leading like an exponential curve towards the ceiling. Big breath in, and when you are ready to breathe it out, press those palms into the knees and start to arc the upper back up and away, looking for that stretch in between the shoulder blades. When you need a breath, you soften the shoulders, ride it through. Elbows down, chin up. You might even get a stretch here. Exhale, press away. Let's do it one more time. How long can you breathe out? As you come back up towards center, let's roll through the shoulders a few times more, but through figure eights. Another way to say that is I might roll my shoulder right up as my left shoulder comes back and then switch. And you are not worried about what you look like here. It's okay if you're not a belly dancer. You're just noticing what you feel and practicing whatever mobility you have today. Let's go the other direction. Sometimes when we preoccupy our mind with mind-body exercises of any type, it can be yoga, dance. For me, sometimes it's running. Our mental faculties can only do so much at once, so it helps us take our mind off things that are not so adaptive for us 24/7. So we're going to bring those hands back to the legs if you haven't already. And we're going to rotate all the way around, but lift up and out of that lower back. So almost like our seated cat-cow in circles. I have hiccups now. Breathing forward, chest leading, shoulders back. Stretch and exhale, start to curve it. Do you feel a little bit of a stretch? And through the shoulder, now through the shoulder blades, bring it back forward. Depending on how you do this, you might even feel it through the hip, through part of your glutes. Let's go the other direction. Starting to close those circles back up. And we eventually find ourselves back in center. Take a moment to just breathe here. Any noises in the background are nothing but a thing. If you notice them, just let them go. That's life. Let's go ahead and take it to all fours. If you are not comfortable today, On all fours and tabletop, do your seated cat-cow in the same way we did earlier, planting those hands into the floor and arcing the upper back, breathing and coming through. Breathing up and coming through. Continuing that motion on your own. Noticing how your palms press into the floor and that strength through the arms, softening the shoulders when your chest comes through, crown of the head back towards your tailbone. Let's go ahead and rotate with this too. So I'll turn this way. I'll breathe that weight over the fingertips and start to hook the hip. Exhale back. I call this a child's pose in motion. Breathing forward. Exhale, get that stretch. Press, press, press. Hook the hip towards the other side. Oh, I had a nice little crack in the elbow there. Somewhere towards center, you will switch directions. Breathing forward. Exhale, look for the stretch. Allow it to feel good. There is a difference between just moving and moving with purpose or intention. And that is the difference between doing an exercise or yoga, or as it's called in Sanskrit, asana. We're going to take it back towards center. And you are welcome to grab your blocks if you like. What I'm going to do is take this pillow, put it right underneath me, so that when I rotate back into my child's pose, I can just relax into the pillow. It's up to you whether your knees are together or apart. And while I'm up here, I'm going to use this pillow here for underneath my arms and allow my head to relax. Stay where you are and listen to my voice. If your forehead connects to the pillow, floor, or a block, rock it side to side, breathing towards one arm and breathing out towards the other. Pay attention to that gentle massage and those frontalis muscles. Let's bring it back towards center and bend the elbows so those hands come up overhead, gentle stretch. And exhale them back down. I'm going to walk those fingertips over towards one corner of the mat or a corner of the room. On a breath in, actively stretch. And on your breath out, actively melt like butter. When you are ready, walk those fingertips over towards the other side. On a breath in, you stretch it out. And on a breath out, you allow yourself to melt. Coming back towards center. We're going to take those knees apart if they aren't already. And you can use pillows underneath you if you like, bolster or not. And those knees are spread far apart now. I will move this way so you get a nice stretch in between the legs as well. And walk it out, walk it out, walk it out. We will stay here for a few moments, so please listen to my voice after you find your position. If there is a pillow or bolster underneath your belly, breathe and expand the belly, push it into the pillow. And on your breath out, pull the belly button back up towards the ceiling. And almost like you are rolling through a cycle, start to press it back into the pillow. And breathe it out when you're ready. Take those arms closer to us so that we can press ourselves back up into our tabletop. Knees come together right underneath those hips. And take your time in the longest cat of your life. Press, press, press. You might even rock it side to side. Make this feel good. Don't rush through. And on an exhale, when you are back in center, really stretch it. Stretch it into your cow. The mini inversion just for the neck here. Allow the head and neck to relax. You are back in your tabletop now, so mostly flat back. Shake out the head here. And when you've truly allowed the head to relax and bobble back towards center, then you can bring it back up. If comfortable on your knees today, you are welcome to do that. I might even put a pillow underneath me here. Bring those knees up for a quick stretch with the front of those quads, and some of you will get it in the hip flexors. Take those hands up and behind me, and some of you will stay here. Nice, gentle stretch. Breathe. If you like, take those knees up a little bit, not too much. And we are going to take it back to our seated position, but in cobbler. It looks like our butterfly. Feet together, knees out towards the sides. So I'm sitting nice and tall. I might even bring myself to a wall if that's more comfortable, or maybe you just want to test it out. So I might move what I don't need out of the way, making sure the hips are even, they are not falling back or forward, and you are up against the wall, shoulder blades flat, head nice and relaxed. The same as we did earlier, allow yourself to relax into the pose. You might even use the back of a wall if you have it to rock the head side to side. Are you breathing with this too? Taking those hands up, whether you are on the wall or not, almost like goalposts. I'm going to breathe it up. This is not only really great for upper body tension, but also posture. And imagine what posture that is not so great for us. We're going to breathe it back up, tracing those fingertips on the wall or your imaginary one. Imagine what posture that doesn't support our spine in our breathing and crunches our diaphragm. What does that do for us, right? So in times of high stress, you can afford to do this even more. Breathe and raise up the chest. Breathe like you mean it. And from here, exhale those arms down. We're going to hinge from the hips, connect the hands to the floor. Find a pillow if you like, or a bolster or blocks. And fold forward. While not everyone will want to fold all the way towards the floor, this is completely fine, and allow your head and neck to relax wherever you are. You are not struggling to hold the stretch. You find the stretch at your limit, right where you feel it, and then allow yourself to stay there and breathe and do it very well. One way to make sure you are doing that is noticing, are the muscles around the face relaxed, or are you grimacing? Is your breath nice and controlled, or is it shallow? Is it rapid, or are you holding your breath? Even your fingertips and through your arms and your neck are relaxed. Your back and your hips, through your legs, and your toes are relaxed. Allow yourself a few moments to breathe here and adjusting as needed. When you are ready to come up, use those hands to walk back, arms right underneath you. Lift yourself up. Remove any pillows. We're going to scooch ourselves. And whether you would like to take a side twist in an easy pose or find your Lord of the Fish, you are welcome to do that. One way might be lifting those fingers up, reach, reach, reach. Notice how your amazing core allows you to move towards one knee and to take that opposite hand to that knee. Get that stretch in the shoulder before you round the other hand back. I might use the floor, a block or pillow. I'm lifting in the chest. No French models here. You are welcome to stay here for a few moments and really breathe. Half binds are also an option. Or if you like, I might bring that leg up. Notice I'm lifting up and out. I might even cross that leg over, give myself a hug, lift. On another breath in, we'll go ahead and unwind. Can you nice and smoothly switch towards the other side? Even if it's not pretty, no problem. Attempt that smooth coordination. When you are ready to come back, let's go ahead and find our tabletop so that we can find our threaded needle. Now, if facing the floor in this next pose is uncomfortable, what you will do is bring that arm across the body and twist, because this is the same thing as this. You might even reach that other hand up and over. And find the place where you can just relax and melt into it. I'm going to start to walk those fingers back so that we can lift up and switch arms. Exhaling through, threading your needle. You're welcome to stay here or take the traditional pose. Can you melt a little bit deeper into the pose? When you are ready to come up, the top hand will connect to the floor, and you'll unthread the needle, allow yourself to unwind. We will take it back to our seated position. If you are used to a traditional pigeon pose, you are welcome to bring it there. For our purposes of doing less is more today, I'm going to do a reclining version on my back. Now, while our bodies can take certain shapes at certain times and different times of our lives, sometimes we don't need to do the poses we're used to doing all the time. There are times that taking a modification, give me one moment, might feel better. So you might try something new. I might scooch myself down towards the floor, and maybe I rock it side to side. A benefit of this is now you've got a massage all the way through your side, all the way to the side of those glutes. And you're breathing and rocking the boat all the way down. Now I am scooching myself up to my bed on purpose. And I'm going to round those shoulder blades underneath me. I might extend my legs. And I'm going to take one leg and cross it over the knee. And now bend the other one. I can either gently pull the legs in or use my bed or a wall to plant the other foot down. What does that do? I can hold the pose and allow my hands to relax. So find your version of pigeon. And similarly as we did earlier, take a body scan through the muscles of your face, through your head, all the way through your toes. And while gravity might be pressing down on our bellies and chests, we are breathing consciously. So you expand the belly, almost like a balloon, and then exhale. Allow yourself to open up into the floor a little bit more. You can rock the head side to side if that's comforting for you. But eventually find that stillness and allow the hips and your glutes to relax. When you are ready, gently switch towards the other side. If you remember which leg it was, I just switched to. Your eyes are closed here. Please stay in this relaxing pose while you listen to my voice. You might think about whether there's another pose your body is telling you you need right now. If you need to stretch it out, maybe happy baby, plow pose. Maybe you want to extend one leg out and cross the foot over the hip. Find what your body needs right now. You will have an opportunity to do that for 6 breaths on one side, and then 6 breaths on the other. If what you are choosing requires both legs at the same time, it will be 12. That includes your breath in and your breath out. Take your time. And when you are finished, you will move yourself up to a wall for some up the wall poses. So take your time, pause the video if you like. I'm going to move myself up to the wall. Now, some of you might scoot yourself upright like this. If you're not sure, you've brought yourself knees up, and you'll scooch up to the wall as best you can. You'll windshield wiper those knees down so that when you connect the arm, you can roll the legs up and then scooch as necessary. Now, some of you might love legs up a wall this way. You can use your bed, as I did earlier, in pigeon or a chair, so bent knees are always an option. I would like to use a pillow underneath my knees. We're going to go ahead and round through the ankles, spreading those beautiful toes. And let's go the other direction. I'm going to let those legs relax. I'll round those shoulder blades underneath me. I'll take a big stretch all the way up overhead. Big breath in, hold. And exhale, bring those wings down. We're going to stay here for a little bit. So without knowing how long you will be here, allow your brain to just go. And if you find yourself thinking of things other than what you are feeling right now, that's okay. Bring it back to the breath. You might even count with me if it helps. Breathing in for 1, 2, 3. And breathing out for 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathing in for 1, 2, 3. Breathing out for 1, 2, 3, 4. Continuing to breathe in your own pattern and allow yourself to go deeper and just allow yourself that permission to just let go. You are welcome to stay or to bring those feet together and bend the knees. Can you allow yourself to go even deeper into this pose? The joints in your toes through your ankles are relaxed, and the muscles around the legs and the joints of your knees and hips are relaxed. Your belly and chest move lightly as you breathe, but your fingertips and the joints and muscles through them are relaxed. Your shoulders and neck and face relaxed. How is your breathing here? Allow yourself to go a little bit deeper. Staying where you are or extending the legs if that is comfortable. Another breath in. We're going to start to take it back up. So wiggling those toes. Let's walk the legs back up from wherever you are and bend the knees. You might scoot yourself away from the wall. Nice and easy does it. Removing pillows as needed. And bring those knees in so you can give yourself a nice hug or just hands around the legs. And as you breathe in, rock the knees towards one side. And the slowest pendulum in the world, rock it towards the other as you breathe out. When you are ready, you will roll yourself over towards one side. And you can remain laying or press yourself up with me. If you remain laying, you are welcome to move yourself into a Shavasana of choice, your final relaxation pose, whatever that looks like for you. Some of you might lay completely flat on the floor. If you are in your chair, get a pillow behind the head and relax up against the wall. You can bring your legs up a wall and stay there again. For me, I'm going to use this long pillow and I'm going to lay over it and bring my feet together in cobbler pose, similar to what we did up the wall. So I will show you what that looks like, and I will give you time to move into whatever it is that your body needs today. I will put on a relaxing track for you. It is one of my favorites. It is called Weightless by Marconian Union, and it is one of my favorites because it was designed by music therapists and neuroscientists. And those who know me know that I am a fan of science. It was shown that over 60% of their participants showed lower levels of anxiety in their studies. At the least, it's very relaxing, and I've had a lot of good feedback in classes. So find what works for you, find whatever you need to do to get comfy, and you will remain there for a short period out of your day that will have huge implications on the rest of it. And if you feel any pulling or discomfort, grab those pillows and blocks and support yourself all the way around the body. Find a way where it feels like you are falling into clouds. So this is what is working for me. You go ahead and continue finding a relaxation pose and stay there as I find you a nice relaxing track. And by this time, you may have found a position that you can relax into. The muscles around your face smoothed out and relaxed. You feel the skin around your eyes are relaxed. Around the jaw and your tongue, relaxed. You notice the muscles around your neck, relaxed. Through your shoulders and your back, relaxed. The weight of the world on your shoulders and stresses checked at the door. You feel light and weightless. Your spine is the most supported in this position. You might start to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Maintain this peace that you've established. Rounding through the wrists and the ankles. Bring that awareness from your feet all the way up through your legs, finding areas you feel need attention this week, and add it to your intention. Coming through your hips, your belly, your chest, arms. Take a big stretch up over your beautiful face and big beautiful brains. Take a huge stretch. Hold. Hold your breath here if you are physically able. Hold. When you absolutely have to let go of that breath, let go of whatever is not serving you today. Take those knees in towards the chest, rocking side to side. And when you are ready, over to your side laying position, cradling your head with your arm or a pillow, and a pillow between the knees if you have. When you are ready to come back up and continue your day, press your palm into the floor. Find yourself back into your seated pose. Take some breaths together before we go on with our day. Take those hands out towards the sides and fill yourself up with whatever it is you need to hear or feel today. When you breathe out, you're going to mentally tell yourself that you will let go of the rest. Ready? Let's take those hands up again and keep those palms together. And an exhale will bring the palms right by your beautiful face. Allow the shoulders to relax. If you use essential oils, open up those palms. The oil is on. Take a fresh breath in together. On a breath out, one hand comes to the heart and the other towards the belly. Pay attention to what it is you feel there, and if you don't feel anything, try harder. Finding a reason to be grateful to have lived to see another day. Finding a reason to be grateful for whatever your health is giving you today. Though imperfect, enough went right today for us to be here together. Symbolically, as you hold on to that chest, onto your heart, think about the people that you care for and those who care for you. And smile at what a blessing that is. On the other hand, you feel that belly rise as you choose to live and breathe consciously and hopefully balance the nutrition that you fuel yourself with too. So revisiting the intentions that you set for yourself today and deciding to take this feeling with you into the rest of your day, into the rest of your week, and with every single person that you meet. Thank you for practicing with me today. Namaste. hope you have a great day, and I hope you got something out of that. I will see you soon.